I'm back.
That's ISO?
Rack it up, I got a bit of the bank to make me a safe house. Shake it up, she got her hands on her knees and she bring it.
So, the question that I've been getting is, where have I been? And I've been gone for a long time. I'm on vacation, so I thought this was probably the ample time while I'm getting ready to kind of talk to you guys and kind of express where I've been, what's been going on. I've been gone for almost 4 months. A lot has been going on in my life, and I just needed a break. That's the simple thing, is I needed a break from YouTube. I needed a break from social media. And now I'm currently on I need a break from life, so I'm on vacation. Pretty much things have changed drastically at work. A lot of stuff has happened at my job, and it's caused so much stress in my life that I just could not do YouTube anymore. I'm dealing with a lot of people who are blatantly kind of racist in a sense. I'm dealing with people who try to take me out of my personality and say things about me that aren't true about my personality. And I wasn't feeling myself as of lately. And it's all because of the job that I work in, the people that I work with and around. They're just a difficult bunch. And I don't think they realize how much I actually do for them and how much it causes a strain in my personal life, and all the personal stuff that I got going on in my life. And still to put them first, and for them to still come and ask me for 50 million things without a thank you. So I took a break from work. I took off two weeks. I just needed to get away. I needed to find my sense of self again. I started dealing with a little bit of depression. But to come to work every day and still have a smile, and then for people to still treat you like poop on the bottom of their shoes, just blew me. And it even blew me when I was about to leave. And people were like, oh, I'll miss you. But like, for someone that you genuinely care about or appreciate, the way that they treat me wouldn't be the way that they've been treating me. And I just feel really underappreciated. And so I had to give myself some appreciation. I had to give myself a break from reality. And I'm sorry, I know you guys can hear it in my voice. I'm just going through a lot. So I had to leave. I had to change time zones. I had to get away. And even still with me going away, they're still blowing up my email and they're still blowing up my phone. And they just don't understand that I need a break from them so that I can start over. So honestly, I was supposed to be vlogging this whole process, and it really could not do it. Like, I could not find myself to vlog anything on this journey because I just don't have the energy. Even vlogging feels like work to me. And it is work because I'm gonna have to edit it and put it together. I'm just trying to find a sense of self, of redirection for myself. And I know a lot of people like new year resolution, and like here we are, June of 2024, and I'm just not like, let me write out a plan for myself, let me get something going, because I think something's gonna have to change. As much as I love everything, the way I've been treated is not worth it. it's not worth my mental. I've turned down a lot of things for this job because I love the people and I love what I do. But it also has taken a lot from my passions for the stuff that I love to do outside of work, like going to the gym or, you know, vlogging, doing influencer stuff, traveling. Literally, I haven't taken a vacation in almost 2 years. It's real. And so it took the final straw a couple of weeks ago for me to be like, I'm going on vacation. I need a break. And so I was kind of hoping that on this little travel journey that I've been doing, that it would kind of bring me back to my like personal passions. But I don't know. Recording this whole thing is actually really hard. I probably took me a couple of tries to actually like get out of bed and like come sit in front of the camera and actually get back into the swing of like being in front of the camera, not being shy to be in front of the camera, not being shy to do the whole camera thing in front of other people. I feel like I'm kind of starting from block one. I do appreciate y'all who have like reached out in my messages and was like, where are you? Where have you been? When are we gonna get more content? When are you gonna do this? When are you gonna do that? And honestly, I haven't even posted on Instagram that much. I think I posted the first time on Instagram in like a while. I just did not have the motivation. I didn't have the the energy, whatever word you want to use for that, to actually put out content and actually edit it and put it together and be continuous with it. I'll never forget. I went from posting 3 times a week, then I went 2 times a week, and then I went 1 time a week. And then once I transitioned positions in my job, it just, I couldn't take any more brand deals. I couldn't take any more stuff from other people to review because I just didn't have the time. Like literally, I would drive 2 hours to work to be battered all day by the people that I work with, to drive 2 hours back home, to barely have enough energy to actually eat dinner or to even really shower, to like literally just lay in bed and go to sleep, to get up 5, 6 the next day, drive 2 hours back to come to work for people to treat me like poo-poo on the bottom of their shoes, like the lowest of low. So I just didn't have time for you guys. I didn't have time to do what I love to do. And so, yeah, I had to go away for a very, very long time. But I'm coming back. I think nobody wants to talk about the stigma behind Black women in leadership roles. That's a real thing. I actually spent a lot of my vacation doing research and reading. It's hard for people, particularly because I'm so young. I think that's another thing. How I climbed the ladder so fast is another thing. I think some people think that they should be in the position that I am because they're older and they've probably been in the field, or maybe they feel like they could do a better job than what I'm doing. But at the same time, I also think if you feel like you could have done a better job, then you should have applied for the position. But even so, I wouldn't have been hired if they didn't feel like I was competent enough to do what I do. I think, what makes my job so hard is not that I can't do it. I think it comes from the 50 million people who want things changed last minute or things happen last minute, and they want it done right then and there, like children. They want their juice and they want their juice now. Not thinking, hey, we're in the store and we're still shopping, I can't give you juice right now. There's about 7 other things that we need to do before we can get your juice box. And so I feel like that plays a really, really big part. And then after they get what they want, they suck on their pacifier and they're good to go. I'm just tired of it. I know I work to help children, but I also feel like sometimes I work with children. And I know a lot of people, a lot of my employees that are under me are much younger. So I know that that plays a big part. A lot of them, this is probably their first real jobs out of college. And then I have others who are settling into some of their roles out of graduate school. So I'm dealing with multiple personalities or multiple different people trying to please everyone, but realizing you can't always please people in my position. My job is to make decisions and then to stand on my decisions that I make for the center that I work for. And it doesn't mean that you're always going to be friends with people as well, because I'm not there to be people's friends. And I think that's a big thing that I need to stand on for myself, is that I'm not there to be friends. I'm not there to be your buddy pal. I was hired to do one thing and one thing only. So I need to step away so that I can get my mindset together, so that when I return, that my mind will be on business. Now, a question that my therapist proposed to me and said, well, if you feel all these things, why do you stay? I don't know. Again, I can't answer that question as to why I deal with the treatment that I deal with at work. I think it's because I love what I do. And a lot of those people, I'm there for them on a different level, as in mental or moral support. I feel as though if I leave, a lot of those people will sink into where I am on a mental capacity of like depression, or a lot of them have a lot of personal stuff going on in their lives. And I'm realizing they don't have anyone to talk about it. And so I'm like, oh, well, I'm there to be their listening ear. I don't feel like if I left, anyone would really hear them or hear their problems or see them outside of like their job description. You know, and when I took the position, the biggest thing that I wanted to do was to ensure that where my employees were, I was 2 years ago. And I understand their pain, and I understand their frustration and their exhaustion. And I wanted to create a safe place for them to be able to vent, to express how they feel, and to validate their feelings, because it's real feelings. But I also feel like with some of my employees, I've given them that space, and then they've slandered my name big time, and I don't appreciate that. And it's kind of like I get what I want out of you, and then I slander you behind closed doors. And I don't like being taken advantage. And I feel like if I were to recant or pull back my support, they would really, really feel how true this field is without someone supporting you on a higher level. And that was something that was proposed to me, is to pull back. And I think within the weeks leading into my vacation, I've definitely pulled back. I just was not there mentally. I could not be there mentally. I was depleted. I'm still kind of depleted, and I've been on vacation for a couple of days now, and I'm just still not 100% there. Literally, I've slept in, literally. Just can't bring myself to really do much. Even like I went out yesterday and like it felt so good outside, and like I still was tired. Granted, I could be dealing with like jet lag, but I was still so tired. And it wasn't on a physical level. And like with the people that I'm with, they're like, what do you want to do? Where do you want to go? What is your itinerary? And I was just like, bro, I don't care. Like, I'm literally down with whatever. And I'm normally a person that I'm organized, I'm planned, I'm cutthroat. Like, I like to stay on time, and I just don't have the mental capacity to do it. And that's not like me. It just felt like work. The moment I was asked about it, I was just like, I feel like it kind of like, I don't know if this correlates or anything, but like I felt like it was low-key like PTSD. Like literally the moment I heard, what is your itinerary? What do you want to do? I immediately got stressed. I feel like work has stressed me out so much, and I have to plan so much and put so much stuff together. And then like literally from like 6 to like 8:45, putting stuff together to get to 8:45 for people to just undo what I put together. And then when they undo what I put together, it makes my employees mad at me, thinking that it's me and it's not me. Literally when I put things together at work, I put them in mind when putting stuff together. And it's just a lot of hot mess. There's a lot of toxicity going on at work. And I'm exhausted. I'm tired. And I don't think people can see that, like how I came in to work when I first started to how I look is not my norm. Like literally, this is the first time I've seen my face so clear without makeup. This is the first time that I haven't had too bad of dark circles. Like my dark circles were really, really bad. Like it took 2 days of sleep for hours on end for my dark circles to go away. Like, and I don't even want to blame it on corporate America. Because either way, when you're working in corporate America, a lot of things are stressful. But I think being in corporate America as a black woman, and being in corporate America as a black woman that's in a leadership role or as the boss plays a really, really big part on my reality. I think how things were before I was the head honcho or a head honcho and waiting until whatever moves or transpires. A lot of things were unorganized, and a lot of things were allowed to be, let go and done out of the handbook, out of order. And so now I'm in the position where I'm trying to put things back into order, and I'm getting a lot of pushback. And I mean, it's so pushback that like people are seeking revenge type of pushback. In like the most high school childish way ever. And literally it's taken multiple investigations from higher ups, which I still feel like not being taken seriously. Even with the proof of like multiple reports given about certain people, multiple complaints, and nothing's being taken seriously. And I think it's going to take me breaking my back for someone to actually hear the cries, or like the cries for help, should I say. I don't know how many times someone has to say, I need help. This is not working. Here's the proof. You're literally watching the proof in front of you, and nothing is still being done. That's stressful. That's toxic to deal with that Monday to Friday, and barely have any breaks in between, barely take off in between, barely go to the doctor in between. Like, that's unhealthy. And I'm kind of like starting to realize how healthy it's becoming for me. And so I feel like I'm slowly approaching a crossroad with some things. I also feel that I possibly may not be getting paid enough for what I'm doing. And so a lot of reality check has really been happening for me on vacation. A reality check that I needed is that you only get one life. You work for paid time off. You work for money. You work to pay your bills. I don't know. Like, you work so hard that you don't really take time for yourself. And that's what I'm realizing for me personally, is that I work so hard to make sure that everyone's happy, that my happiness gets swept under the door. Yeah. Like, to the point where I feel like it's like low-key affecting my relationship. Like, I don't have energy or time for him. Like, literally, the weekends is literally the time when we spend time together. And, like, sometimes I spend half of that time asleep. And I appreciate him. He's been so supportive. And I'm like, just bear with me until I get over the hump. And I've reached the hump, and nothing has changed at work. Nothing has transpired at work. I don't know. I just feel like I deal with a lot of people who are used to getting their way. And when they receive a no, they create a narrative. And they make that a negative narrative. And then they try to spread it throughout the rest of the workplace. And I appreciate those who, have seen my character and seen how much I really do care for each one of my employees. And they don't believe that narrative. But there are some people who are more gullible to that narrative. And I just don't appreciate that. And, I see that type of stuff. But guess what? I said, hi, how are you? How are you doing? I don't even use my real voice, but I'm making sure that you're okay. We're going to push through. We're going to be great. I can only do so much of that before I myself break. And I'm just tired. I'm tired. But I feel like this vacation is going to give me time. I'm supposed to be doing my hair. Time to recoup. Time to get my game plan back in place. And to start over. And do what I love to do. I live in a place where I should be able to do so much content that it's not even funny. Like, literally, like, I do not live in a place where it's dead and I can't go do something. I just choose not to because I'm tired. So I think a plan moving forward is work is on work day. Work is 9 to, okay, well, I get up earlier than everyone else at my job. So my work is from 6 to 5, and that's it. I'm not bringing work home. I'm not doing work on the weekends. I think I'm going to have to create a work-life balance. I think my lunchtime is going to have to be my lunchtime moving forward. Even if that means that I have to continue to leave the office just to get peace during my lunch breaks, so be it. I think that's fair. I'm in my legal right to take my lunch break and not work and not be bothered and not have my phone blow up during my lunch break, which it probably will. I just won't respond anymore. I think it's time for me to set boundaries again. And I think that's where I failed, is I have not been setting boundaries. Even though I said, when this transition happens, I'm going to set boundaries. And I didn't. And I'm paying for not setting boundaries. I think people take my niceness for weakness. I think that's another big thing. And that's not the case. Just because I'm nice to you doesn't mean that when I mean business or I need you to get something done, that I don't mean it. I very much so mean it. I think as an African American woman, when I'm direct, it's taken as aggression when it's not the case. So I think I'm just working through my young adulthood and learning about the things that my parents warned me about, and like now actually seeing them in reality. And it's crazy that we actually have to teach our children about the reality of the world. But it's true when I'm literally seeing it for myself every day. And I'm learning from it, and I'm trying not to be angry about it. And like, you know, my dad is probably one of my biggest supporters other than my mom. And like sometimes I just call him after work and like I'm just so frustrated, and I like tell him like what I'm going through. And he was like, you know, this is preparing you to go to the next level, but this is also the reality of the world that we live in. I think my parents have created the perfect box for my brother and I. No worries in the world, no cares. The perfect life is literally what I could describe my childhood. The extravagant life. And so now in my adulthood, when I'm just like, I'm gonna do it on my own, I don't want support, or trying not to ask for as much support, I'm seeing that the reality of the world and the world that I grew up in are two different things. And I feel like each year as I grow, I learn that more and more, and it weighs on me. So yeah, it really weighs on me. And when it's people wear my heart on the shoulder and on my sleeves, and I see things, and I'm an empath, and I feel things, and I feel other people's pain, and I just want to make everything better for everybody else. And realizing my reality is I'm not okay, and that takes a lot to say it, that I'm not okay. My big smiles in public and my waves and my bubbly energy, but on the inside I'm depleted. I'm depleted. And I'm not okay. And it's okay to say that I'm not okay. Okay.
Will need to make room for a nursery. 26 people will go all in. This family will get 2 bathrooms. And finally, one vacationer will say,
yeah, whew, I'm gonna live here.
But as the euphoria subsides, the realization hits.
I gotta sell the house.
Don't worry, just sell and buy and room for the start with Open Door. Oh yes. Start cash offer at opendoor.com.
But on a lighter note, I'm gonna come back stronger and better. I'm about to give y'all some content. It's gonna be good. I probably will start out slow again, how I originally started before I got to 1.2K. Thank you guys for still standing in there strong, subscribing. I'm gonna come back. Probably 1 video a week will be my start, and then when I get a better schedule and a better balance, I'll up it to 2 videos a week. So I'm getting there. It's gonna be okay. I'm gonna work through it, and I'm gonna get back to doing what I love to do and what makes me happy. which a big part of that is making content
All the reading charts are copied. I put them
for
in
you
the
guys. So
class. Perfect.
thank you for hanging in there.
I wish that I could rewind.